Well, hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen around the world. It's once again time for the Netfix, your weekly fix of everything new coming to Netflix instant streaming in the U.S. Sorry, Canada. This week. And we have quite the list for you here this week. I got all the tabs open, ready to get this thing underway. Yeah. Before we do, though, how's everybody doing? Everybody having a good day? Good week? Good summer, I guess? Right now, we had a hurricane sitting, well, it's not sitting, but it's off the coast of where I am. You might recall last time Ben was being affected by a hurricane out in the Pacific. Now it's me. Although, to be honest, it was the sunniest hurricane drive-by that I've ever been a part of. This is the Netfix. One of the many podcasts you can find here. Simicor Studios. That's right. Simicor Studios. It's still a thing. We're up and running, getting stronger by the day. Or at least, whenever I feel like getting up and doing something. Just, being honest here. So, you can find us here every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Hawaiian. And then on Thursday, if you go to indieradio.org, you will be able to catch me on Cinema du Fromage. Yeah, it's a show about cheesy movies. We watch them, and then we talk about them. So, Cinema du Fromage, indieradio.org. Fridays, the Wadcast. It's the writers, actors, directors podcast, and all those jobs on set in between. And we celebrate them all. Brandon and I, we get together once a week to talk about those things. And on the even-numbered episodes, we have a guest. This week is an odd-numbered episode, so it'll be us being odd. Got this. The kids like to use my studio computer to go to weird websites, and now all these ads pop up, and it's stupid crazy, and I don't like it. Anyway, we could possibly have a guest to announce, so go to Skitcomic on Twitter, at Skitcomic, or at Simicor Studios for any upcoming announcements on that. And of course, every Saturday it's the Backstage Slam episode number 204. Episode 204 coming this Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, same time as all Simicor Studios podcast. But, as I've said twice before already, this is the Netfix, and you want to know what to watch on Netflix. And in case you're wondering, yeah, I'm kind of buying time, wondering if Ben's going to pop in. But he probably had some either issues with the internet or some family things to do, and that's all good. It's all good. I know how to run the show, so to speak. Right now, we're going to go ahead and get into recommendations. What do I recommend? Well, my first recommendation is going to be the Netflix original. And it is an original that just had some new episodes drop recently that I need to watch ASAP. That's right. My Netflix recommendation for Netflix original is Sugar Rush. That's right. The cooking competition show that basically has teams preparing the best sweets. Sugar Rush. They have a time limit. It is a tremendous show, and what can I say? Adriano Zumbo is amazing to watch. He has his own cooking competition show called Zumbo's Just Desserts. And no, I can't say Sugar Rush is in that category, but Zumbo's is just amazing, mostly based on, the aesthetic. And you know what? I'm recommending Sugar Rush. So, watching these teams compete to create these desserts, these pieces of art, essentially. And what can I say? I wish I could do this. It is really cool. And I think it's something that you would enjoy. 3 seasons. So you got enough to sink your teeth into. And that's why it's my Netflix original pick of the week. Still nothing. Okay. And the movie pick of the week, I don't know if I recommend this as already, but you know what? It is definitely a great, great film. And if you haven't watched it, it should be one of those that is like, it jumps to the front of your queue immediately. It is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, rated R. It's a 2004 romance, and they say sci-fi. It's about Joel, who goes into, well, he visits a company to go to sleep and erase Clementine from his memories, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. And most of the movie is, him. I really don't want to spoil it, but long story short, he hires somebody to get rid of memories of his ex-girlfriend, and he's kind of living in there with the memories too, watching them be erased. So, it's a great movie about how one looks at relationships and breakups and figuring out what is worth keeping and kind of what makes you through your experiences. You might recognize some of the stars: Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, Kirsten Dunst, Elijah Wood, Mark Ruffalo. It's mostly Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, though. 93% of Rotten Tomatoes. It is, of course, a great flick. Screenplay by Charlie Kaufman, and trust me, if Charlie Kaufman wrote it, it's going to be a good movie. Directed by Michael Gondry. Whew. And nominated for Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. So, killer. I mean, it's a killer flick. Love it. I've watched it so many times. And finally, my TV recommendation, another show that's got several seasons that is, as far as I know, off the air now. It is West Coast Customs. Yes, that West Coast Customs from Pimp My Ride. Remember that show? Well, after that show, a new show was made that was just about, the cars. Not anybody introducing a car or some guy that wants his car, pimped up, or whatever the case may be. It's just about the cool cars they make and the things they do for different, corporations and blah, blah, blah. But if you're really into cars, not like from a gearhead standpoint, well, I guess, but just the customization aspect for brands that you know and love is really cool. Some of the things that they get their hands on and customize. So that is why West Coast Customs is my TV pick of the week. All right. Recommendations, Dune. And we are okay. We're good to go on time. There were a couple of things I wish I had been here to lend his expertise to, because there's a couple of anime shows on here that I what can I say? I'm not an expert. I don't think I've ever actually watched an entire anime series or movie. Yeah, it's something I need to work on. But honestly, I've been watching... let's see. Okay, non-Netflix related, but I've been watching a lot of Doom Patrol. But more on that on another day. Let's just go ahead and get into what is coming this week to Netflix instant streaming US. Sorry, Canada. All right, the first one. Coming out today, August 3rd. Immigration Nation. It is a documentary looking inside the world of immigration enforcement under the Trump administration. Now, normally there would be a lot of, banter about but just straightforward. This is what immigration enforcement looks like in this country, if you're listening in the U.S. I haven't watched it, so I can't really give an opinion on what is represented. And I'm not an immigrant, so I can't really come at you from that angle either. But according to IMDb, it's got a 5.9 out of 10, so it's considered mediocre. And let's see. There are only 3 external reviews. One from this thing. I don't know if this is good or bad. See, it doesn't have an actual review here. It just has a summary. The documentary series about the USA as a country of immigration against the historical background of the country's history is Land of the Free, which provides immigration and future for immigrants from the monarchies of Europe. The filmmakers critically examine the practice of the current immigration authorities and the political background and the fates of those affected. For 3 years, they have accompanied immigration and customs officials, activists, politicians, lawyers, and numerous unknown immigrants, some newcomers, some people who have long lived in the U.S., with the camera. So it seems like they're getting, quite the perspective, getting a lot of angles on this. I'm going to see what the user reviews say. Let's see. Yeah, of course. Wow. Okay, so honestly, looking at these reviews, the 5.6 I'm gonna have to, or the 5.9 I'm gonna have to throw out the window, because out of the 11 reviews, 9 of them are, I'd say 9 of them are politically biased. They're motivated by their political bias, and I mean, that's not cool, man. Don't review something based on, who you vote for. That's not cool. That's Kid Comic on Twitter, by the way. That's not cool. I just want to know if it's good and if it has a decent look at the subject matter. The professional critics that I've seen say, yeah, it gets a good look at several different sides. But the users are like, oh, nah. Let's see. Coming up on the 4th, Go Corey Carson Summer Camp. It's a Netflix family show. And, well, it's for the kids. It's an American children's comedy. Let me say this again. It's an American animated children's television series created by Alex Wu and Stanley Moore, based on all-live toy vehicles manufactured by VTech. The series is produced by Kook Studios. First of 7 episodes, Netflix 2020. Season 2 was released in March. This is a special title about summer camp, I guess. Malibu Rescue, also coming out on the 4th. Malibu Rescue, The Next Wave. The special. And I don't know anything about it. I do believe we've talked about Malibu Rescue before. It's a comedy series created by Savage Steve Holland and Scott McAvoy. Savage Steve Holland is known for writing and directing Better Off Dead, One Crazy Summer, and How He Got Into College. Stuff from the 80s. And it is about Tyler, who gets punished by his stepfather by sending him to the Malibu Junior Rescue Program. And they prove that they deserve to participate with all the other children from Malibu. Yeah. So, there you go. Special event, Malibu Rescue. Next up is Mystery Lab. It's a Brazilian series hosted by Felipe Cancinati, who explores topics related to science and history. It's from Brazil. So, Mystery Lab, or, as it's also known, Mundo Misterio. Up next, and finally on the 4th, Sam J., 3 in the morning. Sam J. is a comedian and former current writer? I don't recall. Saturday Night Live writer. And he doing comedy, as one does. Talking about relationships, travel, nightmares, and the audacity of white people and more. So, Sam J. comedy special. Netflix original. We're going to go ahead and move on to the 5th. And talk about Anelka Misunderstood. It's a documentary. The info says intolerable, incomparable, or both. Famed French footballer Nicolas Anelka's controversial legacy is examined in this in-depth documentary. It is listed at a 94-minute runtime, Netflix Studios, and it's available on the 5th. So if you want to learn more about Nicolas Anelka, World's Most Wanted. Suspected of heinous crimes, they've avoided capture despite massive reports and global investigations. It is a Netflix documentary series talking about some of the world's most wanted people. And that is coming your way on the 5th. That finishes up the 5th. On the 6th, The Rain, Season 3. The final season of The Rain. It's a Danish post-apocalyptic web series. Well, it's called a web series. And a Danish post-apocalyptic series created by Jannik Ty Masholt, Esben Toft Jacobsen, and Christian Potalivo. There we go. It premiered, When a virus that is carried by rainfall wipes out most of all humans in Scandinavia, Danish siblings Simone and Rasmus take shelter in a bunker. 6 years later, they emerge to search for their father, a scientist who left them in the bunker but never returned. Along the way, they join a young group of survivors, and together they travel across Denmark and Sweden searching for a safe place and for the siblings' father, who may be able to provide answers and a cure. Final season of The Rain, Netflix original series. Available on Wednesday, the 5th. No, the 6th. Thursday the 6th. Also available on Thursday the 6th, one of those titles that I kind of wish I had been here to talk about a teeny weeny bit. The 7 Deadly Sins. Imperial Wrath of the Gods. It's a television series sequel to Revival of the Commandments. The new series was animated by Studio Dean instead of A1 Pictures. So, yeah. The Seven Deadly Sins, Imperial Wrath of the Gods. Coming at you Thursday. Friday, we have Alta Mar, or High Seas. It's a Spanish mystery following the death of their sisters. Following the death of their father, sisters Eva and Carolina Villanueva. Let me try this again. Following the death of their father, sisters Eva and Carolina Villanueva travel on their ocean liner, Barbara de Braganza, formerly Govanga. En route from Spain to Brazil in the late 1940s, they become embroiled in investing mysterious deaths that occur at sea. A number of seasons, 2, so this is the 3rd season, Netflix original, and each season so far has had 8 episodes, so I'm not surprised if this also has 8 episodes. So it's a Spanish mystery. Running time 37-49 minutes. And yeah, starring Ivana Baquero, Alejandra Onieva, John Cortajarena, Eloy Azarin, Chiqui Fernandez, Tamar Navosa, Daniel Lund, Natalia Rodriguez, Laura Pats, Matthew Modine, Ignacio Montes, Begonia Vargas, and Manuela Valles. I just like reading Spanish names. Does that make me bad? It makes me bad, doesn't it? So, on the Chicka 7th, also, there is Berlin. Make sure I read that right. Netflix film. Lol's life in Berlin is as complicated as ever. After the story with Sven, her second cousin, was over, she got together with her best friend Hart, and the two are about to get married. That is, if Sven doesn't ruin things. Right. Uh-huh. IMDb gives it a 3.4 out of 10 with only 1 user review and 11 critics. I think this is 3.4 you can take to the bank. The Magic School Bus coming at you on the 7th. The Magic School Bus rides again, kids in space. Can you tell what it's about? It's the Magic School Bus and they go to space. Wake up, people. Also, on the 7th, hey, you know cooking shows? Well, here's another one for you. This one, en español. That's right, Nailed It is heading south of the border with a century that sees home bakers in Mexico try to recreate edible masterpieces. And, you know, if you haven't watched Nailed It, you have to know that the selling point is kind of like the first few episodes of American Idol. You don't watch people on this show to actually, quote-unquote, nail it. You watch the disaster as they try to do something they are totally not qualified or prepared to do. So, yeah, if you're ready for a cooking train wreck, then yes, Nailed It is for you. It doesn't matter what language it is in. It is always a beautiful disaster. Flying down the street again. I'm sorry. Sorry. Up next, The New Legends of Monkey, Season 2. It's an Australian-New Zealand television series inspired by Monkey, a Japanese production of the 1970s and 80s, which garnered a cult following in New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. and South Africa. The Japanese production was based on the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West. The series is an international co-production between the Australian Broadcast Corporation, New Zealand CVNZ, and American-based worldwide SVOD streaming service Netflix. The first season, consisting of 10 episodes, premiered on the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, ABC Television Australia in January 2018, and later debuted the second season on CBS. So season 2. The new series follows a young monk escorted by a group of gods on a journey across an ancient, fantastical land now ruled by evil demons to collect lost scrolls of wisdom. Did you get all that? Yeah, okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's, 24-minute episodes, probably about 10 episodes. Comes from Australia, New Zealand. So it's got that kind of vibe. Pardon. Let's see. Up next, Selling Sunset, Season 3. If you like shows about selling houses, you're going to love Selling Sunset, which takes place in L.A. It's an American reality series about a group of agents as they navigate their personal and professional lives. Season 3, 8 episodes. Seasons get shorter and shorter, but you get more per year. What day am I on? The 7th still? Oh, it's the 7th. Everything's a Netflix original on the 7th, by the way, pretty much. Next, Sing On Germany. In this karaoke competition hosted by Paulina Wojcinski, contestants must hit the right note for a chance to win up to 30,000 euros. So, German singing competition. Dig it. Up next, Tiny Creatures. It's little animals embark on big adventures across the U.S. on a dramatic nature series that explores the hidden worlds and epic survival stories. That's right. Big stories, little animals, nature. Coming at you on the 7th. Wizards Tales of Arcadia, the final chapter in the science fantasy television series created by Guillermo del Toro and produced by DreamWorks Animation. It follows the people that live in Arcadia Oaks, which is home to very supernatural creatures, and the young heroes who fight against the forces of evil that lurk in it. Ooh. Quite the, I really like the first one. I haven't, moved on from the first one yet, but I'll probably catch up now that everything's already released. Sorry about that, boys and girls. I forgot to get a drink, so the old voice is getting a little dry there. Okay, Word Party Songs. It's an upcoming American coming-of-age dance comedy film. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. I think I closed it. I don't want to reopen all tabs. Word Party, also known as Jim Henson's Word Party. It's an American and British animated children's television series that began airing on CBeebies BBC in 2016. The vocabulary building program features 5 young animals: Kip the wallaby, Bailey the elephant, later Franny the cheetah, Lula the panda, Lulu, and Tilly the tortoise, who love to sing. The show is narrated by Bettina Miller. So it's a kid show with singing. Gotta love that. Not my kids are a little too old for that kind of thing, it seems. Next, we have Work It, which, kind of does fall into their age range now. It's an upcoming American coming-of-age dance comedy. That's right, dance comedy. Directed by Laura Taruso and produced by Alicia Keys, Leslie Morgenstein, and Elissa Koplovitz-Dutton. Starring Sabrina Carpenter, Liza Koshy, Kanan Lonsdale, Drew Ray Tanner, Michelle Buteau, and Jordan Fisher. When Quinn Ackerman's admission to the college of her dreams depends on her performance at a dance competition, she forms a ragtag group of dancers to take on the best squad in school. Now she just needs to learn how to dance. Sounds like cheeky fun. On the 8th, we've moved on to the 8th, everybody. It's The Promise. It's a 2016 American historical drama. I like historical dramas. Directed by Terry George and starring Oscar Isaac, Charlotte Le Bon, and Christian Bale. It's set in the final years of the Ottoman Empire. Ooh, that's not one of my eras that I like. The plot is about a love triangle that develops between Mikhail, played by Oscar Isaac, an Armenian medical student, and Christian Bale, Chris, a Paris-based American journalist, and Anna, an Armenian-born woman raised in France immediately before the Armenian genocide. I don't have any review information on it, but I do know that it was distributed by Open Road Films. It was released in 2016. It's probably rated something. Hold on, I'll get that information for you real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go to this. Set during the last stages of the Ottoman Empire, The Promise follows the love triangle between Michael, a brilliant medical student, the beautiful and sophisticated Anna, and Chris, a renowned journalist, American journalist in Paris. PG-13, 2 hours, 13 minutes. 6. It's got a 6. Let's see. Awards. Nothing from the Academy. Winner of the Heartland Film Truly Moving Picture Award. Okay. Winner of the Faith and Freedom Award from Movie Guide Awards. Nominated for a Satellite Award for Best Original Song. Nominated for Golden Trailer Awards for Best Romance TV Spot. So apparently they made some good trailers. And the ARPA International Film Festival. Winner for Terry George, the Armin T. Wegner Award. I don't know why I said it like that. It just seemed like that's how you're supposed to say it. So that's The Promise, written, directed by Terry George. And I do believe there's one more title. Yes, there is. It's called We Summon the Darkness. 91 minutes, rated R. 3 best friends embark on a road trip to a heavy metal show where they bond with 3 aspiring musicians and head off to one of the girls' country home for an after party. It's giving very cultish, satanic vibes, horror, thriller movie. It has a 5.1 on the IMDb scale. That is with... Let's see. I don't see the review information. It's got 1 winner nomination. Winner of the jury prize for Screamfest. Winner of the best score. Tim Williams won best score. So, from Mullins Film Festival, it won the Audience Award for being different. Okay, a different horror. Right. Okay, well, that's it. That's everything that's coming to Netflix this week. I hope you had fun listening to what's coming. Maybe you found a couple of things that you want to add to your list. If you did, make sure you hit me up at Simicore Studios or at Skidcomic. Let me know, hey, thanks for suggesting this. I'm not saying you need to thank me. I'm just saying it would be cool to know that I actually said something that, you guys liked. That I gave you a good suggestion. Otherwise, here we are. We're like 36 minutes into the show, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. The next time you see me on the air will, of course, be Thursday at indyradio.org. Follow at Skidcomic or at Simicore Studios. I keep telling you those things. Go to Twitter, go to Facebook, Simicore Studios, give it a like. That way you can just always know when I'm on the air. I have a Twitch channel too. I've been posting some videos there. Gameplay footage of Apex, really. Whew. Well, whatever you do this week, just make sure that you have fun doing it. And I hope that here at the Netfix, we actually gave you an idea or two of what to watch. So until next time.